How you guys doing today? It is my day 100 days of making the art adventure started by Kevin Cross that says for 100 days in a row, set aside at least a half hour, hopefully more when you can, towards your own personal project, specifically making comics. Um, so that's what I'm doing. I'm making comics here for 100 days in a row. Today being day 17, I'm just pulling over a chair here, sorry. And doing a little quick check in here, but it's been a little bit since I've been on YouTube with y'all. So I thought I'd come outside because it's a little bit nice. Sun's setting, but way over there we don't have a great view of the sunset, unfortunately. But I thought I'd do a little art check, and I keep going to put my pen in my mouth, and that's not very conducive to talking to people. So I've been working on my October comic, trying to do a little bit of character design for it because I have the pumpkin character figured out. I've had him for some years now, but I want to make a story with the rest of with of course a bunch of other characters, namely some kids, and I've not ever really drawn kids before, so I've been trying to figure out a line language and a way of drawing kids, starting off with a little boy because I'm a little boy, so it's easier for me to start with that. And I already done these drawings, really just kind of some quick ones to begin. I always kind of like the big ear aesthetic, things like Paranorman, and actually after looking around, quite a lot of stuff gives kids that quality. And then this was like the last one. The other night I was falling asleep and I was like, I gotta just draw one more. And it was that wonderful piece of work right there. Look at those, just glorious. Anyway, then Chris Rao, you guys should look him up. Chris Rau. He told me about this guy, and look him up. He does the art for DC's Super Sons, which you're looking at. I really want to get that comic. I've also been a big fan of Robin. Batman, yes, but I have always enjoyed the Robin character. I don't know if anybody else digs that, but yeah, that whole Robin or Batman family thing has always been kind of cool. Anyway, I basically just drew this like right off of a Google Images of. This is like Clark Kent's son, I guess. I've not read the story, but it looks cool. And what I like is his proportions. You can obviously see that for the child, he's got like a bigger head, and his drawing was of course a lot better and everything. But what I kind of pulled from it was a bit of a bigger head, of course, um, narrower shoulders and everything, a longer torso and then shorter legs. Where I feel like for a dude, proportions for like a superhero would be more. Whoops, sorry. You know, shirt would stop up here, so it had nice long legs and big chest and broad shoulders and everything. Anyway, so what I liked about the way that Mr. Jimenez, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, uh, draws children and the boys in that is they're very dynamic. They're very superhero-y. They stand strong but they have like curves and contour and legs and stuff. But at least from what I saw, they weren't like bulging muscles, of course, because they're kids and that'd be weird. But I do like how dynamic and solid they still look, and not just cartoony and cutesy or whatnot, which those were a little bit I don't know, one-dimensional. So after I did that, I don't want to just totally rip off his style, but I'm going to have to a certain amount. So I just kind of tried doing it, but a little bit more through my filter of how I do it. And what I came up was this happy lad right here, which drew him tonight at dinner. Got off work and only got like 3 hours of sleep last night. So if I'm stuttering, that's probably part of the reason. But I was pretty tired. I knew if I came home and just sat down at my drawing desk, I'd probably start dozing. So we went to grab a couple tacos at a lively place and figured I'd just kind of hang out and draw for a while. Got into it and it was awesome. And as you can see here, this is my pumpkin-headed character October. It had been a while since I had drawn him, so it was a lot of fun doing that tonight. And it was also a lot of fun to be able to kind of see those two characters together. And I feel like I'm getting a lot closer with what I kind of like, where it's still the sort of narrow shoulders, not even as broad as you see here, but mirroring the same lines as October there. But still having like strong, solid foundation, playing with I don't know, like the gangliness of the kid, the awkwardness a little bit. Having some fun with that. Being cutesy, but still kind of, I like the sort of aesthetic. It like really kind of going dark underneath the eyes. It had a little bit of that cute, creepy Halloween Wednesday Addams vibe a little bit. So still playing with it a little bit, but drawing this guy here, and then these two guys. I'm not a very fast artist, so especially an hour sometimes goes by pretty darn fast. And sometimes 6 minutes goes by pretty fast, and I find that I'm just babbling on. So, anyway, as I've been showing you for a while, everyone's waving, hi, except him. He's kind of pissed off. Or just mischievous? I'm not sure. But anyway, check out Super Sons by DC Jorge Jimenez. Um, that artist is amazing, and that book looks super cool, and I really want to read it. Also, Chris Rao, he's got a book coming out, Chris Rau. So check him out. He's the nice gentleman that told me about this. But yeah, and here pretty soon, hoping to have this little guy in a comic book. Until then, I'll keep you posted. See you tomorrow. Bye.